Good morning. It's my baby. Yes. Denmark considers ending 40-year nuclear ban. Nuclear power can be a controversial subject. It is seen as cleaner than fossil fuel energy since it doesn't emit greenhouse gases. On the other hand, it's also associated with devastating disasters and dangerous weapons. In 1985, Denmark banned the production of nuclear power following pressure from anti nuclear activists. However, the European country is now considering ending that 40-year ban. Denmark's Minister for Climate, Energy and Utilities, Lars Agard, has announced that the government will analyze the potential benefits of new nuclear technology. A report of its findings is expected to be ready to share in 2026. Currently, more than 80% of Denmark's power comes from renewable sources like wind, biofuels, and solar power. The country has also committed to ending all fossil fuel power production by 2050. While Denmark has no plans to build large traditional nuclear power plants, it is looking at the possible benefits of smaller, modern, modular nuclear reactors. Agard said the government needs to know if the new technology is really safe. If it also needs to know how it should dispose of nuclear waste and if the country's authorities are prepared if something goes wrong. We all know that, of course, we can't have an electricity system based on solar and wind alone. There has to be something else to support it, Agard said. He also explained to newspaper Politiken that the government needs to look at how using these newer nuclear technologies would affect Danish society. If Denmark does decide to lift the ban, it will be joining a new number of other European countries already producing and using nuclear power. France gets around 70% of its energy from nuclear power and connected a new reactor to its energy grid just last year. And Denmark's close neighbor, Sweden, gets 40% of its electricity from nuclear power. In fact, 44% of countries in the European Union (EU) produce nuclear power, as do non-EU countries like the UK, Switzerland, and Ukraine. Discussion. What are your thoughts on Denmark's considering lifting its nuclear ban? Sad. Well, not sad. It's probably the people's life just need the electricity. Even we have those kind of thing. We cannot live without this one. I think now. Do you think most people in your country trust nuclear power? We have to. Yeah, if a nuclear power plant were built near your home, would you move elsewhere? Maybe not. Well, maybe I will. Which energy source is better in your opinion, coral or nuclear power? Coral, ne? Coral. It's environmental clean in a way with the nuclear power. Coal is, all those gases after you burn it. Do you think fossil fuels will be completely phased out within your lifetime? And I hope so. Further discussion. How energy efficient would you say your home is? Very much not efficient. How do you heat it in winter or AC? Have you tried to reduce your home electricity cost? I tried, but with the kids it's very difficult. If so, what did you do? Just turn off the lights. Try not to use AC all the time, yes. But it's so hot in Japan. Do you often use power-hungry appliances like dishwashers or tumble dryers? No, I don't use those. Have you ever thought about getting solar panels for your home? Yes, I did. But my ceiling is not wide or big enough to get enough electricity actually. If money weren't an issue, what other upgrades would you make to your home? The floor, heater in the floor would be very nice.